Chad, Lance, or Larry examine your stats and customize an insurance plan for you. The Verduff Agency, providing complete courteous service to the Pella area for 100 years. Win very briefly our Hormel Foods Radio Key Play and Player of the Game. Key Play, a 10-0 stretch early for DCG. They got off and running, and PC didn't have a chance.
Yeah, key play of the game, probably the defense of DCG. They just didn't let Pella Christian move the basketball. They didn't let them see the basket. They didn't let them get any shots off. They made them turn the ball over. I think the key play of the game was just their whole defensive exposure. They just totally dominated Pella Christian.
23 of the 31 turnovers when I have down for steals, too. So it wasn't just throwaways by PC. It was taking the ball away. Key player, Ella Lampy looked good in the first half, and then Kayla Rice had 2 buzzer beaters. She'll be our player of the game. Yeah. Presented by Hormel Foods.
They had a nice team effort. They've got kids that
they're balanced
that can play on. The kids that coming in 10, 11, 12 player on the team could probably play for a lot of schools. So that makes it really difficult when you are struggling to find. We're putting out 5 players on the floor, but like I said, to have any kind of basketball sense or experience, we're really only putting a couple players out there that have that, and we've got to somehow develop more players so that we can put 7 or 8, 9 players out there.
Well, and this is going to sound a little harsh, but Jocelyn Terpstra is the only player that would play for DCG, right? It's in the sense of their rotation and their talent and depth, just the kind of what they present on the floor. And PC can get there. They've got players who are in development, but DCG has not only talent win, but a bunch of seniors and juniors and a ton of experience. So certainly that's what makes it even more lopsided.
Yeah, it's so difficult, and hopefully it's going to improve down the road. These girls are going to have another year to play next year, and some of them a couple more years, those without many freshmen on the team. And let's hope that the junior high kids are learning basic fundamentals and really developing to the point where they can compete with some of these teams.
Hormel Foods, key play and player of the game. Visit hormeljob.com. That'll wrap up our girls broadcast inside the Cabinet Design Pella Radio postgame show. When we come back, we have quite the doozy. A top 10 matchup. Number 5 in 2A Pella Christian. Number 1 in 3A DCG. A battle for conference supremacy on the other side. Happy New Year on KRLS.
As we've settled into our new Bruxford's Home Center location over this past year, we've been hearing from our customers about some of the things they can't find anywhere else in town. So we went out and found these items that really make your house a home. Like a new line of custom bar stools with custom height options, fabric to match any decor, and several metal finishes. You can get just the look you're after. Stop by and customize your new bar stools today at Bruxford's Home Center in Pella.
Even a mild winter can take a toll on your roof. Between the freeze and the thaw, you may need new shingles. Certainly, if you're going to get new shingles, you're going to get CertainTeed shingles from Dutch Mill Supply in Pella. CertainTeed Roofing offers a wide array of residential roofing shingle options.
Dutch Mill Supply, located in Pella, is your only locally owned, one-stop, full-service lumberyard and building material supplier. My name is Joshua Payne. My staff and I are here daily for professional service from the guy next door. Our product line is diverse, and we'll get you what you need quickly and at a competitive price.
Hi, this is Dave Hopkins, owner of Hopkins Roofing. Our company has been earning the trust of customers in Pella and Central Iowa for more than 50 years. We're excited to be a part of the Pella and Pella Christian sports broadcasts, and we're looking forward to the opportunity to earn your trust for your next roofing project. Whether you're building a new home or re-roofing your current one, or if you own any type of commercial building, we have a solution. Check out some of our work at hopkinsroofing.com and let us put together a quote for you. Hopkins Roofing. Roofing done for good.
Do you pay attention to that piece of rubber on the bottom of your garage door? You should, because if that rubber strip has seen better days, you may be letting unwanted moisture, debris, or rodents into your garage. And a new rubber seal will help heated garages stay heated. So check it out, and if it looks like you need a new rubber seal, call the gurus of garage doors at DeYoung Door Service.
Hi, this is Kurt DeYoung. It's not good enough to know what you do. You need to specialize in it. We specialize in sales, installation, and service of garage doors. We're the gurus of garage doors. DeYoung Door Service in Pella.
Hi, this is Mike at Langstrad Auto Body. It's deer season again, and I know from experience that whether you're in your car or in the timber, there's one out there with your name on it. They always say if a deer jumps out in front of you, aim right at it. The good and bad of that is that some of you will be visiting your local meat locker, and the rest will be visiting us at Langstrad Auto Body. Whether it's a deer or some unfortunate accident, you know that Langstrad Auto Body is there for you with a lifetime written warranty and satisfaction 100% guaranteed. Langstrad Auto Body, where you don't have to look for a quality repair.
It's a mindset. You've got to start with that belief in your mind. I've got this. I can do this. I can conquer this.
The Relentless are unstoppable. They don't say I wish I could have done more, because they give everything they have, every single day.
If you truly want something, you've got to be relentless. So what are you going to do today?
Brand appeal. Relentless for you.
And we welcome you back to our coverage at Pella Christian High School. This is the Knoxville Hospital and Clinic's Red Rock Clinic Pella radio pregame show, your cornerstone to health. Andrew Schneider and Wynn Veenstra coming to you from Eagle Lane in a top 10 showdown, and one that could determine very well what the future of the Little Hawkeye Conference basketball race looks like. It's number 1 in conference leader, Dallas Center Grimes in Class 3A, and number 5 in 2A, and current conference runner-up, Pella Christian. And Win, as we look at this matchup on our Hormel Foods Radio Keys, this game, as it will be for, I think, a good portion of the conference season, this is a matter of whose matchup wins, right? You've got the Eagles and their great size, and while they're quick, I don't think there's anybody in the state, period, regardless of class, as quick as DCG can run the ball. They are fast on all aspects of the floor. So I think it's going to be a matter of oil versus water and who wins and rises to the top here.
Wow, we saw that last year. I mean, they just cut up the floor so fast. And they made precision passes down the court and threaded the needle and was able to finish it with layups, you know, with Pella Christian players running full speed trying to catch up to them. And so I look for more of the same tonight. And I do think this team probably has a little better chance of staying with them as far as getting up and down the floor, and hopefully they won't let them get so many breakout situations like that, get some people back to stop that. But I also think they got a little more firepower offensively, and hopefully they don't give them those big run-out opportunities.
Well, and I think the key in this one is what can Pella Christian do in the half-court defense, and what can they do rebounding the ball and preventing DCG from getting those extra chances. And on the other side, I think PC needs to have basically they got to win the rebounding battle for sure, and they also have to prevent, I think, DCG from getting things going too quickly, whether that's through transition or in their half-court set. They have to play a very strong game defensively, because if DCG gets going, they can shoot threes like nobody else.
Well, that's exactly right. Pella Christian's going to have a height advantage, which they're going to have most of the time when they play this year, and so they've got to control the boards. If they do miss, they got to at least make a good effort on the offensive board, maybe get a second chance opportunity, but they've also got to have guards out front aware of the fact that they've got to get back and not let DCG run up and down the floor. And then, they're going to have to not rely on they play a pretty tight zone defense and do a nice job in it, but they're going to have to probably play more man-to-man tonight than they have all year, and so they're going to have to adjust to that to stop the shooters of the DCG players.
Well, and when I saw Pella Christian play Indianola, and those are two very similar teams. Indianola, Pella, DCG all play a very similar style. They're running gun. They want to shoot the three. The issue for Pella Christian was foul trouble. They did not have their best players on the floor, and what that did to their flow offensively, on top of what the issues they had defensively, when Eric Mulder was not on the floor, that's when they lost the game against Indianola. They've got to find a way to keep their best players on the floor tonight.
Absolutely, and keep them fresh and keep them going. And again, they've had that long break, and you've worked on some things in practice, but you still got to get out and play it against another team, and this is going to be a really good team to be playing it against.
Well, and I think, without putting too much pressure on Pella Christian, they came in probably in my mind, they were the preseason number 4 team behind Pella, Indianola, and DCG, just based on what last year was, what was coming back, and so on. They have a chance tonight to prove they belong at the very top of this conference. If they're able to knock off DCG, that changes the complexion, I think, of this conference race in a big way.
Well, at this point, it's DCG's. They're still the only one undefeated. Everybody else has got a loss. So, right now, all those teams with one loss in the conference feel like, yeah, we still got a chance if we can knock off DCG. But DCG is saying, not so quick. You got to beat us first.
Now, the only qualifier on DCG is they have not seen PC, Pella, or Norwalk. Or even Newton, who's, I think, a very, very good team and is going to knock off one of these top teams on a given night coming up. Those are your Hormel Foods Radio Keys to the Game. Looking for the key to your new career? Visit HormelJob.com. Let's go ahead and take a look at our game time temperature presented by Van Haften Plumbing and Heating. And folks, enjoy it while it's above freezing.
Is it still?
34 degrees.
Ooh, I thought maybe it'd be colder by now.
Well, in about, give it a few hours. By the time we're back in the morning.
I'm more worried about when I'm going home. I can stay in the house for a while in the morning.
So, yeah. And it's going to be cold for the next couple days, that's for sure. If your home isn't staying comfortable during what is going to be and is now a cold Iowa winter, trust the heating and cooling experts at Van Haften Plumbing and Heating in Pella. You'll rest easy when you pick up the phone and hear Van Haften's as we are live inside our broadcast booth. This is the Captain Design of Pella Radio postgame show. We'll take a quick commercial timeout and have more getting you set for a top 10 showdown on Eagle Lane. It's the number 5 and 2A Eagles hosting number 1 and 3A DCG on KRLS.
At Ulrich Ford and Lincoln, area residents have trusted us since 1935, and they trust us today as we continue taking care of you. A big part of that trust is because we're here after the sale with local service, and that's especially important in today's technology age. There can be a big learning curve when you buy a new vehicle, and we're here for you to stop by anytime with any question, no matter how big or small. So for your next vehicle purchase, find out for yourself why so many area residents trust Ulrich Ford and Lincoln in Pella, where we're taking care of you.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
Ask me, Lance Klein, at the Verduff Agency in Pella, if auto owners make sense for you.
Over the past few months, Pella Real Estate Services has been sharing real stories of real people saving real money by selling their home using the Prez Listing Advantage.
They saved $2,250.
These sellers saved $5,760.
They saved $9,900.
Why pay a 6% commission when you can save thousands of dollars, just like many others have, using the Prez Listing Advantage? Call 628-1BUY to list your home with Pella Real Estate Services.
We're back, and we are handing out even more scholarship money in 2022. Community First Credit Union is awarding $48,000 in scholarships to our members who are planning to attend college or vocational school this fall. If that's you, apply today by visiting cfirstcu.com for a chance to earn free money towards your education. Deadline to submit your application is March 15th. Community First Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Back inside the Cabinet Zanapella Radio post-game show on 92.1 KRLS. Andrew Schneider and Wynn Veenstra coming to you on the home of the Eagles. And Wynn, the crowd is filed in nicely for Tuesday especially, and we got a big one coming up.
We had a lot of people over there watching the boys JV and freshmen play at the other gym, and so they've all gotten here now. And
they have coalesced into one spot.
Yeah, it's not packed. There is still some seats if you want to rush down and get a spot yet. Otherwise, you better just hug your radio or clutch your computer and watch it on TV.
Yeah.
And
don't stare too close to the screen.
Yeah, and hopefully we can entertain you with an excellent basketball game here tonight.
Got a bunch of final scores from our girls on a Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard. Panorama 69, Pleasantville 39. It has not been a good night of girls basketball in terms of competition so far. Norwalk 63, Newton 23, that's a final. Pella 70, Oski 37, that's a final. After 3, this is the surprising one. Indianola 51, Grinnell 25. Yeah, and then our score here was DCG 56, PC 13. On the Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard, where they're serving you in building community across the Red Rock area with their locations in Pella, Knoxville, and Melcher, Dallas. Getting set for our opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply, as we will stick around here for the starting lineups and for your colors of the game presented by Pella Engraving and Sign. Eagles in their standard home white uniforms with the maroon numbers, gold trim. And DCG is in their road outfits tonight with the the white numbers, red as the base, the white stripes along the side. Your colors of the game are presented by Pella Engraving and Sign. Whether it's a colorfully designed event banner, car wrap, or business sign, let the professionals at Pella Engraving and Sign bring it to life. About to announce our starting lineups presented by Miniga Pest Control on the floor. It's a standard 5 when the Eagles have been healthy so far. Number 3 is senior at guard, 5'9", Levi Skelhaus. Nico Schurz at senior forward, 6'7". Number 5, Jaden Heisman, the senior guard. Aiden Stoltz, the junior guard at number 15, and number 32, all-conference first-teamer a year ago, Eric Mulder. For Dallas Center Grimes, it's their standard 5. Bo Houston, a senior, number 2. Jacob Runyon, a senior, number 4. Number 24, Cole Glasgow, a senior. Number 32, Jackson Jones, a senior. Number 5, Calix Cahill, a sophomore. Your starting lineups are presented by Miniga Pest Control. Sean and his team want to kill your bugs. Levi Skelhaas leading the Eagles at 14.3 points per game. Eric Mulder, 11.3 points and 7.4 rebounds so far. Nico Schurz, 6.6 points and 6.3 rebounds per game for PC. Aiden Stoltz averaging nearly 10 points per game. That's the starting 5 for the Eagles. Cole Glasgow, 14 points per game. He's one of the top returning players in the entire state. He's joined by Jacob Runyon and Bo Houston, who each have 11-plus points per game. Houston is one of the best three-point shooters in Iowa. 8.7 points for Jackson Jones and 6 for Cahill. 68 points per game for DCG to 66.7 for PC. So we don't expect a low-scoring game tonight.
Well, but I do think if it bodes well for Pella Christian if they do make it a little bit of a low-scoring game and control the tempo just a little bit and not allow DCG to get out and run. If they can keep it a half-court game, I think that does lend an advantage to Pella Christian.
Live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth, as that will wrap up our Knoxville Hospital and Clinics Red Rock Clinic Pella Radio pregame show. Your cornerstone to health. Here in the background, good crowd here on Eagle Lane for a Tuesday night showdown. Number 5 in 2A, Pella Christian. Number 1 in 3A, Dallas Center Grimes. And win again. You know, it's been a long time since Pella Christian has been in the conference chase. Really, you think about.
Well, it was 3 years ago.
It was the juggling. It was 5 years ago with the juggling Kakmarinsky group. That's when they finished second in the conference. Because even 2 years ago when they went to state, they lost a ton in that conference race and put themselves behind. It's because that team I think finished 20-5. And their regular season was 16-4.
If I remember right, they went through the first half of the conference and was undefeated, and then they struggled against some of the better teams in the second half.
And that's what's so crazy is where we're at in the season. We're only a third of the way in for, I think, teams that are just going to play in the first round of the playoffs. But for teams like Pella Christian and DCG, it feels like we're more just like a quarter through the season, knowing that there's probably, if these teams are both capable of playing all 6 postseason games. Let's put it that way.
Absolutely, and I think they probably both feel like they should be. So
the beauty is they don't have to see each other after the conference season's over. Yeah. However, Pella and DCG, that's coming up Friday. This is a big week for DCG.
Yeah, this is a tough week for their boys team, playing a couple of really good basketball teams. They're probably up to the task, but let's hope that the Pella Christian and the Pella Dutch can both knock them off this week and make this conference race really interesting.
Yeah. Opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply, controlled by the Eagles. Dutch Mill Supply in Pella, your only locally owned lumberyard and building material supplier. Nico Schurz, top of the circle to Aiden Stoltz.
Not giving Aiden any room.
Out to Jaden Heisman. Heisman out to Mulder. Eric Mulder. Skelhaus with a wrist brace. Worth noting there, especially for the prolific shooter. Right side out to Heisman. Here's Aiden Stoltz. Lengthy possession here for PC already. 30 seconds off our opening quarter clock. Here's Schurz. Schurz trying to use his height advantage, and he is stuffed as Cahill came from behind, and that's hung up between the rim and the backboard and goes to Dallas Center Grimes.
Yeah, he got too far under the basket. Instead of getting it off the glass, he forced it right in there.
Tied at 0. Coach J.D. Bourne, his second season. Trying to show why he's the man for the job. He's got the horses to make a big run this year. 0-0 ball game, DCG, their first possession. It's Jackson Jones out to Glasgow. Glasgow, a phenomenal shooter, and he shows why, a long 2.
Yeah, got to get a hand in his face. He come off the screen nicely and was able to put it in.
Here's Mulder on the perimeter, right side to Heisman. Heisman with his left hand finds Stoltz. DCG really extending the defense, double team on Mulder. Mulder through the double team, hook shot too strong. Rebound controlled by Jones, and here come the Mustangs.
Got a couple good looks. Couldn't get either one to go here to start the game.
6:35 remaining here in the first. Here's Glasgow. Rims out. Good look. Rebound to Mulder. PC's half of the floor. Skelhaas out to Eric Mulder. Left side Heisman. Heisman down low to Schurz. Schurz near the baseline on the bricks. Out to Stoltz. Back to Heisman. DCG seems to be content with trying to prevent this inside game. Schurz tried to get through the defense. Misses the shot. Second rebound for Jones.
Well, he got through the double team, but just didn't put it up strongly.
Glasgow kicks it out to Bo Houston. Houston for three. Online but short. Offensive rebound, Glasgow. That can't happen for PC.
No, it's got to be one and done.
Mustangs, one of the more prolific offenses in Class 3 at 49% from the floor, and they make him pay. Runyon knocks it in from three.
Stayed too far off of him and trying to keep the ball from going inside. He knocks down the three-pointer.
5-0 DCG. Now the Eagles can't panic either. Down in an early hole.
Well, they've gotten 3 good looks inside. They just didn't finish them. There's another potential.
Draws the double team and throws it away. Steal for Glasgow. And a turnover and a foul for PC. Eagles look like they got sand in their shoes right now compared to DCG.
Well, they tried to get down there quick and was able to at least get the foul so they didn't get the layup.
But Glasgow, I mean, he just read that pass and was off to the races there. 5-0, 5:20 remaining here in the first. Mustangs with the ball in the lead over the Eagles. 3 off the screen is in for Jackson Jones.
3 for 5 shooting. 2 of them have been from beyond the arc.
But they've been good shots, too. It's not like Pella Christian's had much in the way of resistance so far to what DCG has tried offensively. We're going to get the first round of subs in here shortly for Coach Bohr. DeVries and Andringa next whistle. 4:50 remaining in the first. Stoltz dribble drives, scooped up his dribble, found an opening, and lays it in for 2. Eagles needed that bucket win.
Yeah, well, like I said, he's had 3 good looks. He only got 1 of them to go so far.
In the corner, Houston. Houston whips it out. Long 3 on the way, no good. Rebound controlled by Mulder.
Well, if they keep taking that one, I like Pella Christian's chances. Well, then they
throw
it away.
A turnover, PC. Couple of Strauver Cellular Instant Radio updates. Indianola will improve in the 4A standings. 64-36 winners over Grinnell. That's a girls' score, although the boys' score should look about the same. Knoxville 41, Centerville 29. That's a final. So all of our girls' games on KNIA Cable has gone final. Our score here is 8-2 DCG ball. Houston in the corner, and he'll make it in.
Pella Christian went flying by trying to block the first shot. He pulled it back. He needed to play better defense there and stay with him.
Mustangs are 4 of 7 from 3 so far. Pella Christian does not want this to be a 3-point shooting contest. 11-2. Here's Andringa, center of the lane. Tried to find Mulder. Mulder scoops it up. Double team immediately on him, and good positioning there by Cahill. Rebound to Houston after the miss by Eric. Here's Runyon. Runyon skip pass over to Jones. Jones to Houston. It's now 5-on-4 after DeVries. 3 on the way. Jones, back of the rim, no. Here's Eric Mulder, his 3rd rebound. But it's 11-2 DCG with the early lead. 3:25 remaining. And then there's a shuffle as DeVries will hand it off and find Danny Andringa. And DeVries was in no man's land. Here's a steal for Mulder, first DCG turnover. 11-4.
Well, that was nice attack the last time down by Tyson into the double team and still got the ball to Danny.
But there's another Eagles turnover. Just a throwaway by Heisman. Not sure where he was looking. And then a shot misses. Here's Mulder. Or a pass, whatever you want to call it. It's Eagles ball.
No, it was a shot, but
went under the net. Here's Skelhaas. Eagles nearly have turnover number 4. Instead of Andringa is at the foul line.
Nice job by DeVries of seeing Danny there. He was pinned against the sideline, had nowhere to go, was still able to somehow get that ball to Danny. Danny was ready for it, so he's going to go to the line and shoot a couple free throws.
This is the guy to get into foul trouble. Cahill, he's their only player on the roster when listed over 6'3". And if they can get him into some foul trouble when that changes the complexion of this game, although Andringa will miss the front end of the 2 shots. E.J. Franzman, Bennett, Sprunk, and Aiden Stoltz in. Mulder, Skelhaus, and Heisman out. 11-4. Eagles down by 7. And this is a very, very good DCG team win, but not one without flaws.
Right, and again, if Pella Christian can control the pace a little bit, I think they can stay with this team and possibly pull off the upset.
What's been impressive, though, for DCG, just 9 turnovers per game. Eagles have an 11 rebound per game advantage coming in, 35-23. But, of course, DCG making 49% of their shots don't necessarily need rebounds all the time either. 2:18, corner 3 on the way, no good. Seems that they've cooled down a little bit on that front. Rebound to Franzman, up ahead to Andringa.
Andringa is the man so far tonight with 5 points, so keep feeding him.
Eagles trying to get it going here. And Coach Bohr really wants that defensive intensity picked up, and he's seeing it here from what is largely the second team in, minus Stoltz. 1:51 remaining, and that's another advantage I think that PC has. DCG does not go particularly deep on their bench. They really lean on their starting 5, and it's an excellent starting 5. And as I've stated, maybe the best in Class 3A. 3 on the way, and a friendly roll on the rim is in for Houston.
Well, it came up well short, but bounced, had enough momentum to bounce over, hit the back iron, and then fell through.
5 of 9 are the Mustangs from three-point range. A minute 26 remaining, 14-7. Here's DeVries in the corner. The answer, no. And the board is controlled by Glasgow. And he'll get it up ahead to Houston, who will lose it through his hands and out of bounds.
Again, trying to run. Pella Christian had some guys there, made it difficult for him to get a clean look at the ball, and it goes out of bounds off his hands.
Mulder and Schurz back in with a minute 14 remaining here in the first. DCG leads by 14-7. Eagles on their half of the floor. Here's Sprunk. Skip pass to Stoltz, who nearly stepped out of bounds. 57 seconds remaining. And a foul as DeVries was knocked to the floor. That's a number 12, Blake Perrin, off the bench. And again, when that's, you look at the numbers of minutes and things like that, DCG does not really tap in much past their top 5, especially scoring. So this is an opportunity here for the Eagles. Bennett Sprunk. Whereas PC win goes 10 deep.
Yeah. And could maybe go a little deeper if they wanted to.
Here's Aiden Stoltz out to DeVries. Lobs it up for Schurz. Finds Eric Mulder, who slams it down with 2 hands.
Well, Miko didn't come up with it clean, did the right thing.
And there's a shot redirected. Rebound to Mulder.
Basket here would be big. Here
and
it
they're
comes.
finding Schurz, and it's tipped out of bounds, and a travel called on Schurz.
Oh, I'm not sure about that call.
4th Eagles turnover of the half, 14-9.
I mean, he catches the ball and is going up with it, and they swipe it put away, and they call him for the travel. I'm not sure about that.
(14-9), 20 seconds remaining here in the first. A huge opportunity for DCG to kind of clip the Eagles' wings here at the end of the first quarter. As Glasgow
Just going for one shot here. Pella Christian has the arrow, so they'll start the quarter with the ball.
Eagles trying to collapse here on the defense, and here's Jones, and they won't get the shot off. Well done by the Eagles defense. 14-9 after 1 in favor of PC inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Why should you consider a career at Vermeer? Welding Group leader Stacy Rogers says the fact it's a local company, based right here in Pella, is a big plus.
I think the history of Vermeer was what was the most interesting thing to me. I didn't realize that it all started right here in Pella, and that if I need to talk to my corporate, it's just right down at the end of the mile. You know, other jobs you have to go to like Wichita or, I mean, we're all right here. I thought that was the most interesting thing.
Start the search for your career at Vermeer by visiting vermeer.com/careers.
At Vision for Less, it's just the right price. 2 pairs of glasses start under $40 and 2 pairs of progressives start under $80. Using insurance? We accept over 1,000 plans, and using your benefits is as easy as 1, 2, 3. No insurance? No problem. We've got glasses to fit your budget. It's just the right price. Only at Vision for Less. Right glasses, right price, right now.
Live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth, 14-9 DCG, but it was an 8-0 start for the Mustangs. In case you missed it, presented by the Veterinarians, Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella. Eagles have found some momentum with the inside game. Here's Stoltz. In fact, PC is yet to attempt a 3-point shot. Down low, here's Schurz. Schurz gets it out to Skelhaas, who can't save it from going out of bounds.
Nico wasn't sure what to do with that. There's a case, I think, if he's a little more confident, he could have went up and dunked that ball. Instead, he passed it out, threw it away.
14-9 Mustangs. They are 5 of 9 from 3-point range, make it 5 of 10 after the first quarter. 7:22 remaining. High pass in the corner for Trevor Hamill just off the bench. Taylor Bailiff also on for DCG. So we're starting to see a little bit of the depth here in this quarter. And there's a Vision for Less timeout. Houston was the only starter on the floor. That's a 30-second timeout.
The official out here at the half-court line was looking at him the whole time like he thought the coach was trying to ask for timeout, but he wasn't really doing it. And they finally did grant him the timeout.
Delivery.com is the restaurant and delivery service in Pella with great local options like George's, Canaritos, Emoto, Liberty Street, Dutch Fix, and more. And you can have fresh food delivered right to your home or business for lunch or dinner or game night. Just like Lori Parker did, she won $10 as our fan of the game, presented by Delivery.com. Try it this week and listen to our next broadcast of Eagles or Pella basketball to see if you're our fan of the game, presented by Delivery.com. 7:08 remaining here in the second, 14-9. Jacob Runyon back on the floor here for DCG. Also number 50, Cahill, who had his first foul. Just two fouls called on DCG, 1 on PC so far. Here's Houston. Houston out to Runyon. This Eagles defense win is starting to crank up the meter here a little bit.
Yeah, and they're getting DCG to have a little bit of happy feet. I saw 2 travels there, I thought, but the officials didn't call it on either one of them.
Mustangs possession. Houston out to Runyon. Runyon with a 3, Houston with a pair. Also Jackson Jones, who's hit one from downtown. A tip and a steal. That was good work by Jaden Heisman.
Well, Eric was in there too.
Down low Schurz. And Nico's driving to the rim, and he may have had a bailout call there.
Well, he got undercut, though. The guy slid underneath him. He had nowhere he could go. There was nothing he could do with it there, catching it that low.
And I'm not trying to pick on Nico, but he seemed like the pace of the game is kind of looks like it's got him a little overwhelmed right now early on. I don't know. I thought the defender had good position there, but either way, it's Eagles ball. Stoltz, first 3 attempt of the night for the Eagles, doesn't go. And then Schurz did not need to foul Glasgow there, but did anyway.
I'm kind of surprised that Danny's not in now for Nico. Danny had a nice stretch there while he was in. I think that him with Mulder would be a nice combination right now.
Right, and again, you don't need necessarily the size of Schurz when DCG's got essentially 4 guards on the floor. 6:14 remaining, and Nico's a good player. We're not trying to undermine him, but maybe give him a chance to catch his breath and kind of get used to the pace that DCG wants to play at. 6:05 remaining here in the second. It's 14-9. Fadeaway 3 is on the way and good for Runyon. That was contested.
5 straight threes now for DCG.
And now Heisman, can he answer? No. There's Schurz.
There you go, Nico.
Here's his best play of the night. Cleans it up the glass and in. If Nico can do that with Eric, then it changes the complexion of the game. Glasgow in the corner. DCG looking for more.
They missed.
And they missed. A rare miss for DCG from 3. Rebound goes to Heisman, and there's Skelhaas, the runner, and there's Nico, his second putback.
Nice job, Nico. Stay right with it, got it put back. Coach knew what he was doing, leaving him in.
5:22 remaining here in the second. And Glasgow will lose a handle on it. Eagles fans thought he stepped on the baseline. Tough defense again here for PC. Here's Runyon. Runyon, great shuffle in, and the 2 for Houston.
Well, that breaks their string of three-pointers.
And we get the 2 in, though, and it's 19-13. Eagles down by 6 to the number 1 and 3A Mustangs. And a tip pass keeps it with PC out of bounds in front of the Mustang bench. You're watching this broadcast of Pella Christian High School basketball and listening, powered by Bank Iowa on FM 92.1 KRLS Pella Knoxville and KRLS HD1 Knoxville Pella. Skelhaus through the double team, right-handed runner can't go. Andriga's first offensive rebound, no, and a jump ball. We'll get the ball over to DCG.
Danny had a perfect opportunity to get that offensive rebound and put back. It just, the DCG player was able to get in there and tie it up.
Bank Iowa is a proud supporter of Eagles athletics. Go Eagles from your friends at Bank Iowa. 19-13. This broadcast on the Pella Christian High School YouTube channel is brought to you by Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy, proud sponsors of the video stream all winter long. Dribble, drive, shot is short, rebound goes to Andringa. Good Eagles defense there. Got to get the offense going. Down by 6. Tyson DeVries was looking for Mulder, but he was covered up nicely by Hamill, and then a frustration foul.
Yeah, Tyson thought he could thread that through there, but you're not going to do that at the varsity level. That maybe would work at JV level, but now that you're on the varsity, that pass isn't going to work.
Then he commits the cardinal sin. You turn it over, and then
then he goes trying to get it back. Yeah.
3 fouls for each team so far, so not a ton of foul trouble for either side. 4:13 here in the second quarter, 19-13. Cole Glasgow on the wing. Glasgow between the circles, works it over to Runyon. Runyon overhead pass back to Glasgow. Left side Hamill. Hamill scoots it out to Houston. Right quarter Runyon. Runyon's runner is no good, but he's fouled. And that's 2 quick fouls.
That's unfortunate because I don't think he was going to make that shot. He missed it
second
pretty
on
badly.
Heisman.
Yeah.
First foul shots of the evening for top-ranked Mustangs and the conference leader coming in. This will be a big win for them on the road, and I think will really solidify their status as we approach the halfway point of the regular season as the favorites to win the conference. A lot of game left, but they're up by 8. Halfway through the second quarter, here's Andrigan, full court pressure, and I think we're going to get a timeout, a vision for less timeout from Coach Bohr.
Well, Danny dribbled it into the double team there, and DCG was all over it.
Tonight's game brought to you by BSN Sports and Windmill Print and Stitch in Pella. Windmill Print and Stitch is a locally owned decorated apparel company right here in Pella, and they're a proud partner of BSN Sports. If you need apparel for your team or business, call Phil with BSN Sports at 620-8337 or stop into the BSN Sports Windmill Print and Stitch office on Southeast 14th Street in Pella. Win our creative idea drawn up by Brand Appeal. Eagles have tried to get the ball inside, but they've got to find more ways to get it in there. I know it's easier said than done, but their success has come all in the paint tonight.
They've had a couple of nice feeds from Tyson to Danny there in that first quarter where Tyson drove the left side and was able to get the ball over to Danny on the right side. He made a couple baskets and a free throw.
At least they're doing good work on the offensive glass with Schurz and those 2 putbacks. Your creative idea drawn up by Brand Appeal. Relentless for you, Brand Appeal for print, web, video, interactive, whatever you need. Call Brand Appeal. And now DCG trying to extend their defense and put some pressure on these guards. And I think Heisman stepped on the out-of-bounds line. Yeah, he did.
I'm surprised he's still in there with 2 fouls, but Coach has confidence that he could stay in on the floor.
Well, Coach Rankin's been in this conference. Now he's the dean in terms of longest coach after Chris Larson retired last year. And he's been the coach of DCG ever since the Mustangs joined the conference in 2013. And he's smelling conference title and more in March. Jaden Heisman the rebound. Here's Mulder, who's been very quiet thus far. Andriga saves a turnover. DeVries catch and shoot 3, no. Board controlled by Runyon of DCG, and they're up ahead in the half court, front court, right away to Hamill. Hamill through the defense, lays it up and in.
Got to get back and not let him get those layups. Unfortunately, Tyson missed a wide open 3. Nothing's fallen from the outside for Pella Christian so far in this game.
Mulder's been kept in check, just 2 points, 5 rebounds so far. Here's Skelhaus, and he'll put a nice floating shot in. Skelhaas was the guy who keyed the big run versus Indianola, in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians, the Tri-County Veterinary Clinic that got PC back in that game on the other side of the holiday break. And here's a steal for Eric Mulder. 4th Mustangs turnover. Here's Skelhaas. 3 on the way, no. High off the rim, and it's Glasgow.
Thought it was in, but just hit the iron.
And there's a big shot. And Mulder tasked with the foul on the layup attempt by Houston, who has 2 foul shots coming.
Looked like he was going to get the big block. Instead, he got the foul.
Do have a couple of Strauver Cellular instant radio updates. Doesn't seem Pella's looking ahead. They're up 18-3 after 1 on Oskaloosa. Norwalk 8, Newton 5. That should be a good one. Over on KNIA 3. First one is in for Houston. 24-15. And the line change here for the Eagles with Fransman, Sprunk, Stoltz, Schurz, and DeVries the only one staying in. The other 4 new. Blake Perrin in for the shooter.
We'll see if these guys stay in the last 2 minutes or whether they are only out there for a minute before Coach Bohr puts the starters back in.
Houston makes both, 25-15. Mustangs maintaining their 10-point advantage. Spin move in the lane. Aiden Stoltz can't get it to go. Fransman, no. Schurz, no. Gets another offensive rebound, does Nico. He can't finish. And then Fransman, 4 offensive rebounds on the possession and free throws only to show for it.
Yeah. Good hustle, but just can't get what they need. Nothing would go in the basket.
First foul of the night on number 32, Jones. 5 fouls for the Eagles, 4 for the Mustangs in the first half, under 2 to play. Fransman knocks in the first.
Well, that's at this point with down by 9. Pella Christian needs to make some points with the clock not running, and that's a good way to do it. And another one.
Eagles are 61% from the shot foul line shooting this season. They are 3 of 4 tonight. 2 for Fransman. Eagles need a stop and a score here before the half. Maybe a couple. Maybe put themselves back in this game, and they've really got to avoid DCG from pulling away here before the halftime horn. And there's a cheeky foul there on Bennett Sprunk as Runyon started his drive to the rim. 6th foul. So now in the bonus are the Mustangs. From the inbounds. Here's Hamill. Out to Glasgow. Just over 90 seconds left in the first half. DCG deliberate here on offense. Glasgow's 3 no good. PC happy with that shot selection. Fransman his 4th rebound. 3rd in about the last 30 seconds. Fransman top of the circle. DeVries left side Stoltz. Schurz draws the double team. Nico out to Sprunk.
Well, that was a dangerous pass. Bennett did a nice job of receiving that.
Coach Bohr frustrated, and there's a blocking foul called on DCG.
No free throws yet, though, so Pella Christian's going to have to run their offense. Yeah, I was going to say, I look for some guys to come back in here.
That's the 2nd foul on Jackson Jones. Skelhaas and Mulder bringing some offense onto the floor here for PC. Nice minutes there for Fransman. DeVries also out. Here's Nico out to Skelhaas. Skelhaas into Sprunk. Sprunk hesitates, 3 no. Mulder, cleanup crew, he'll have free throws.
Nice job of getting that position and put that ball up, but he's just not very confident there with that little hook shot tonight.
Well, and Bennett, you can appreciate him being open, but the hesitation takes you out of rhythm, right?
Yeah,
when you're shooting that open 3, you shoot it when you're in rhythm.
You know, you catch and shoot. You know. Good shot there by Eric. Knock it down. Try to get this within, 4 or 5 points would be great if they could get a stop on the other end after this.
Mulder makes both. Eagles 5 of 6 from the line, 4 points so far from Mulder. 25-19 and what's been more of a slugfest than the scoreboard running itself up with 45 seconds remaining.
Well, I think Pella Christian has to be pretty happy with the score here. A lower scoring game, I think, leans itself to Pella Christian.
They've missed a lot of good shots.
Ooh.
That was a good one by Runyon. Came open underneath on the baseline.
And Eric's got to step up in front of that one before that. He can block that if he just takes a step towards him as he's making that move.
Mulder maybe a little hesitant for foul number 2. Schurz avoids the turnover. Mulder on the baseline.
He gets fouled.
Was fouled.
Yeah.
And he's got the 1-and-1 coming.
A little out of control there for Pella Christian, but it's going to work out for him to get a chance at the line to get some points on the board.
There's Glasgow. This is just a 1-and-1 here for Eric Mulder. Down 27-19.
No, he doesn't get that and gets taken away because Nico moved.
Turnover Eagles. 8th turnover of the half. 27-19. The offense win, it feels like, is still stuck in December.
Well, they haven't been able to hit any kind of three-pointers for one thing, and they're just not getting what they want inside.
There's Stoltz with a nice tip and steal. 8 seconds remaining. In transition, no. Sprunk put back, no. Rebound goes to Fuller. At the horn, off the back of the rim. The good news is the Eagles gave up 27 points to one of the top offenses in Class 3A. The bad news is they only have 19 to show for it. 27-19 at the half. We go to the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show after this.
This month, our season of giving continues at Pella Motors. No payments until March. Plus, we have your gas covered through the end of the year. In addition, take over $12,000 off a brand new Ram 1500. $4,250 off Buick Enclave, or 0% for 72 months on Buick Encores and Envisions. We're dealing at Pella Motors. Stop in or see us online at www.pellamotors.com.
A fully livable treehouse for my in-laws? Keeps them close, but not too close. And a happy wife makes a happy life. So Bank Iowa said, let's make it happen.
It's always been my dream to open a meat locker. Makes my wife nervous, but when it comes to beef, I'm all business. So Bank Iowa said, let's make it happen.
Stop by your local Bank Iowa or visit us online at bankiowa.bank. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC. All loans are subject to approval.
This is the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. For tires, front end work, there's no appointment oil change and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Sean Ward and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. Halftime score of the boys game, 27-19 here with girls head coach Brad Ingers following a tough one, 56-13. Brad, not a whole lot to say other than it was a tough night on the floor. You had 2 quarters you were held without a field goal, and then that final quarter didn't get that field goal until the buzzer. DCG's defense was relentless, and your girls just didn't have what it takes tonight just to respond. And your thoughts about a real tough one here at home?
Yeah, right. DCG is a very talented team. They've got some good athletes who are long and take up space. They play together well, and it was one of those things where, our kids just haven't faced, especially some of our young ones, but all around haven't faced the defense like that. And just hats off to DCG for playing a really good game.
Well, it felt like the frustration started early, and you had a good defensive first half or first quarter, I thought, keeping DCG mostly in check until they started getting some threes rolling there at the end. But I think at one point the turnover margin was 5-4, and then that's when things really kind of started coming unglued for you. What were they doing so well that kept your guards off balance all night?
Well, yeah, they double team you, they run after us, and we were slow. I was watching after the game here a little bit. One of the nice things about Huddle is I get to go back and already start looking at, okay, what happened, and we were just pretty lethargic without the ball. And when a team comes out with that kind of intensity, and you don't match it with hard cuts to the ball or making that second cut, and we had talked about that before the game and actually at halftime as well, that you got to make sure you're coming to the ball, and we didn't do that very well tonight. So that's one of the things that we certainly need to work on, and we talked about that after the game about, hey, you take a game like this, and if we just flush it and completely ignore it, that doesn't do us any good. So we need to take a look at it, watch the film as hard as that is, and make sure that next time we play, we're in better shape for that.
One of the positives I saw was you won the rebound battle in the first half. I know that's a low solace in the margin, but when you're looking for little things, it's not necessarily a bad thing to say, hey, there's something to take away here, right?
Right. I mean, one of our goals, obviously, the second half of the season is to be a better rebounding team, and we've got some players who are are doing, again, watching a little bit of that tape that I watched in the first half, and you see the Chloe Heismans and the Faith Kakmarinsky and stuff going, especially those young players who are saying, yep, that's what we got to do. So we're going to do it against a much longer team. And so pleased with that we got that. And, rebounding tonight, there wasn't a whole lot of rebounding on our end because we just didn't get that many shots off, and that's never good either.
Well, and maybe it's a small positive, but the buzzer beater at the end for Carly, I saw smiles coming off the floor, and I know that on a night where you lose as bad as you did, that could be something. And when you have the stretch you have coming up, Coach, you have 3 much more winnable games right in front of you, a big opportunity to show some of your early season progress. Maybe it doesn't hurt to have a smile walking into the locker room.
Right. We talked about that in the locker room after the game, too. We could be disappointed in this game, but we can't be discouraged. You can't, this is a ranked team in 4A. They're very good. We think there's a good chance that they're going to be playing in the state tournament later in a couple months. So we know that they're a good team. So we can be disappointed. We can play better than what we played tonight. There's no doubt about it. We kind of froze. The old deer in the headlights just really shows up on things like that. But that's just with kids that haven't been there before. So they're going to get better. And we're not going to be discouraged by it. The difference maker is how we're going to come out and play Friday night and then Monday night and then Tuesday night. And like you said, we have 3-4 winnable games here coming up in the next stretch. But nobody's going to roll over for us. We have to play well. We have to play better than we played tonight. And I know we are capable of that.
And then it's at Newton Friday. Your thoughts about the Cardinals?
Yeah, they're having a rough time too, I think, right now. And we talked about them a little bit. We got to prepare tomorrow for practice and Thursday. And Newton's going to look at us just like we're looking at them, like, all right, here's an opportunity for a win. And so it's going to be a good battle, and which team's going to step up and do it.
That's Brad Ingber's head coach of the girls team following a 56-13 loss at ECG. Coach, all the best to you, and hope we can take advantage of some of these winnable games coming up.
All right, thanks.
We'll have more of the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show after this.
Plagued by strange memories, Neo's life takes an unexpected turn when he finds himself back in The Matrix in The Matrix Resurrections, rated R and now showing at Pella Cinemas. Or bring the family to see Can-Do Koala Buster Moon and his all-star cast of animal performers in Sing 2, rated PG. And still showing as the year's newest and biggest hit, Spider-Man No Way Home, rated PG-13, where for the first time in cinematic history, Spider-Man's identity is revealed. For a list of showtimes, visit Pella-Cinemas.com and enjoy a movie this holiday season at Pella Cinemas.
Check out some of our hottest deals of the week, available right now at the Hy-Vee stores in Pella and Knoxville. Select varieties of Nabisco Ritz or snack crackers are just $1.99 a box. Select varieties of Brew Pub, lots of Matza pizza are only $4.99 each. And avocados, only 77 cents a piece. Take advantage of these and other hot deals now through Tuesday, January 4th, only at your Pella and Knoxville Hy-Vees.
Back in the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show of the boys game, 27-19. Andrew Schneider and Win Veenstra on 92.1 KRLS. Let's go inside the numbers delivered by Pella Fiber. 10 points for Bo Houston, 7 for Jacob Runyon, 2 for Hamill, 2 for Glasgow, 3 for Jones for DCG, 4 for Nico Schurz, 5 for Danny Andringa, 4 for Mulder, 2 for Skelhaus, 2 for Franzman. Turnovers, 8 for PC to 4 for DCG. Then by my highly unofficial count, I've got good rebounding margin here for PC. 19, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to DCG. So Eagles winning the rebounding battle, losing the turnover margin, and losing on the scoreboard 27-19. Your second half stats presented by Pella Fiber, where they've got nearly 1,000 customers signed up and 35 miles of fiber in the ground. But it's not just numbers, it's neighbors. Delivering gigabit internet speed, visit PellaFiber.com if you live in the city of Pella Limits. Win our second half adjustments presented by the Gurus of Garage Doors at DeYoung Door Service. Eagles just feel like they got sandbags on their feet offensively. DCG feels like they're a step quicker on that side of the floor. And let's face it, 27 points. Pella Christian, I think, has played a very good defensive game. That's 27 points when more than half the shots have been three-pointers that have gotten in so far.
Yeah, they went on that string where they hit 5 threes in a row, and then that was a huge thing. They got that solved and got them to where they made 3 two-point baskets and 4 free throws for the rest of their points in that quarter. So they, defensively, I think they got to be pretty happy, but offensively, they just can't seem to break open enough to get their outside shots to go, and DCG is really collapsing when Nico or Eric get the ball in that post position and not giving them an opportunity to get that easy basket underneath. And they've gotten some putback baskets. Danny had a nice first part of the game, and Nico's kind of come around with a few baskets here later on in the second quarter, but they need a whole lot more of that. They need to take advantage of their height, get some good looks, be able to pull up maybe just inside the free throw line or dump it to the post players at that point.
It feels like if the Eagles can keep the turnovers equal, they're going to win the rebound battle, and that might be their way back into this. It's just the other issue has been a lot of not just DCG forced turnovers. There's 3 steals, but there have been a lot of careless passes for PC as well.
Well, and there's been some careless passes, some panic passes, as it were.
Even some panic offensive rebounds where they're rushing the shot.
Well, and again, that's the big thing. Look at the offensive rebounds. I got Pella Christian for 5, 6, 7, 8 offensive rebounds, and yet
they have 19 points.
Yeah, I don't think they've made more than 2 baskets off of those offensive rebounds. They've got to do a better job of when you get that offensive rebound, it's got to go. Both Nico and Andriga and Eric Mulder, all 3 of them, I'm sure that they can catch that ball flat-footed and go up and dunk it. Well, that's what's got to happen when you get that offensive rebound and force them to either foul you or let you have the basket.
We'll tell you about the Young Door Service radio keys to the game.
We're the gurus of garage doors, the Young Door Service in Pella.
Pella is outscored by Oskaloosa 9-5 in the second quarter, 23-12 at the half. Maybe Pella is starting to think about DCG.
Yeah.
19-14 Centerville on top of Knoxville after 1. Newton 22, Norwalk 20 at the half.
Or else they put cellophane over the basket on the Pella end.
Yeah. And that wraps up your Central Tire radio halftime show for Tires Front End Work. There's no appointment oil change and full mechanical work. Stop and see Shonda Ward and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. We're live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Feels like everybody a little rusty, including me here tonight. And there's a dunk to get us going. Great opening possession for PC as Eric Mulder will give us that raise the roof moment when maybe that gets the offense going here for PC. Glasgow shot misses. Mulder the rebound.
Well, that was just a well set up play and out of the halftime break, and they got to do a whole lot more of that. I'd run the same play again. I don't think they can stop it if they going to play defense the way they did there.
Our raise the roof moment of the game presented by Randall Roofing. When the moment arises and it's time for a new roof, thank Randall Roofing. And then a travel PC.
Yeah, he traveled earlier too, and they didn't call it. And then they got him when he slid his foot after he tried to stop. Got the basket there would have been huge. Get it to within 4 points.
27-21 DCG. Yeah, that would have been a potential momentum shift here for Pella Christian. Instead, DCG, Houston, Runyon, Glasgow, Jones, and Cahill, their starters. 3-point shot on the way, no good.
Yeah, they're going to get foul, yeah.
On DCG. That's on Houston.
Well, 2 missed shots for DCG to start the quarter, so that's a good sign for Pella Christian. Maybe they will not be able to hit those outside shots like they did in that first quarter.
7:02 remaining here in the third. Pella Christian down by 6. With the ball, though, after Mulder opens with his second dunk of the night. Here in the third
quarter.
Comes
another one.
And he's going to lay it off the glass and in. Great feed in. Mulder with back-to-back buckets.
Well, if they just find ways to get him the ball, and he was set up great that time. He had the defender behind him.
Well, Eagles crowd could use to get into this one, maybe get the defense going. A behind-the-back pass. Looking in, corner 3 on the way, no good. Pella Christian, again, happy with the 3 happiness here of DCG. And we've got a Mustang with half a shoe on. Heisman for 3! Yes! Jaden Heisman warms it up, and the Eagles start the half with a 6-0 run.
Great start for Pella Christian, get things going, and it started on the defensive end. They just didn't give them any second chance opportunities, made them take tough shots.
Randall Roofing loving it here. It's a big run for PC. In fact, that's a 7-0 run for the Eagles, 27-26. And they've turned this one into a ball game and win. It's the things that PC, when they're playing well, does so well on offense, right? Inside game, draws the defenders in on Mulder, and when Schurz and Mulder can kick it out and find the open shooter like they did there, PC's hard to beat.
Well, exactly. I think the defensive collapsed at that point. Nobody hit any outside shots at all, and so they were really concentrating on the fact that they did not want Nico or Mulder to get the ball underneath there, and Jaden stepped up and hit the three, and that was a big basket. Now looking for another defensive stop, come down and take the lead on the next possession.
27-26 on a Vision for Less timeout at Vision for Less. They're improving lives by helping people see better. If poor visibility is causing you to miss things, take a timeout. Visit Vision for Less in Pella to get back in the game. In case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella. It was 27-19 just a few less than 2 minutes ago, game time ago, and now the Eagles back within one, trying to extend their defense and force DCG into some mistakes here. Here's Jones, dribbles down to the baseline, gets it out to Runyon. It feels like the Eagles defense really picked it up after that first quarter, and ever since then have made it a lot tougher on DCG. There's a tip knocked out of bounds by the gloved hand of Levi Skelhaus.
Well, I'm really surprised that Pella Christian came out with a full court press there, because they, you got to be careful not to get beat up the floor, but they was able to get back and play solid defense, even with a full court press.
6 minutes left here in the third. Mustangs trying to get on the board here for the first time in the third quarter. It's a matter of time until they do, but in the meantime, this Eagles defense is not giving them a lot of room to operate. Glasgow way outside of the three-point line, trying to cross over into Mulder and shoots it over him.
Yeah.
Glasgow sees guys like Mulder all the time on the circuit, and he was not intimidated to drive the lane there.
Well, he put it nicely high, and Eric was up a long ways but could not get it.
29-26 Mustangs on the board for the first time in the half. 5.5 to play here in the third. Aiden Stoltz. Mulder at the free throw line. Here's Schurz. Schurz well off the bricks, trying to back in. Nothing doing there. Skelhaus thought about a shot. Instead finds Stoltz. 29-26, Eagles down by 3. And Stoltz had a shot blocked, and then on the rebound steps out of bounds.
Yeah, that's too bad, because he probably was out of position when the ball got blocked. He should have just let it go out of bounds. Instead, he got the offensive board and then stepped out of bounds with it.
On the Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard at the half, Pella 23, Oskaloosa 12, Centerville 19, Knoxville 14 after 1, Newton 22, Norwalk 20, and Indianola 28, Grinnell 18 after 1. It's on your Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard. Our score here has the Mustangs 29-26, where they've led the entire game. Eagles got it back within 1 here to start the third quarter and nearly throw it away.
Yeah, Nico almost came away with that one and decided at the last minute to back off because he didn't want to be out of position if he didn't get it.
Eagles fans firing up here. 3 on the way. No good. Mulder, 8 rebounds so far. Skelhaus thought about passing, had no one there, and said he'll take the 3 for the tie. No good. Mulder fight for the rebound is won by DCG. Nice work by Runyon, straddling the sideline to keep it on that side of the floor, and a big answer as Glasgow knocks it in.
Yeah, that's 4 straight now for DCG after Pella Christian had drawn to within 1.
Mulder in the post, kicks it out. Skelhaus for 3. Yes! Levi finally gets one from downtown.
Well, they got the ball inside and then got it outside, and those just seem to go in so much more often.
And that's how PC, they're not like a DCG or a Pella, right, where everything's on the perimeter for the most part, and they get the extra pass there. It's inside out. That's how the three-point game works. There's Glasgow way off the mark. Skelhaus clears it for PC. They can tie or take the lead. Here's Stoltz in the corner, Heisman. Both thought better of a shot. Here's Heisman. Double team on Mulder means somebody's open somewhere.
Yeah, but I'd like to see Eric touch the ball at least somewhere in this position. He doesn't have to take the shot, but let's get it into him at least.
3 minutes remaining here in the third, just a little over. There's your touch for Mulder. Mulder finds an open Schurz, jump stop, and he's in. And we are tied.
Yeah, Nico took his time nicely on that one.
And this will get the Eagles fans to come to life as they've tied this one with number 1 in 3A DCG. Feels like a lot of the story yet to be written here in this Little Hawkeye Conference showdown on Eagle Lane.
Yeah, it's a long way to go here.
2:45 remaining, but PC has overcome an 8-point deficit. An offensive rebound by Runyon. He's been all over the floor here for DCG, and he's keeping him in it with his hustle. And there's a rejection for Eric Mulder. Eagles can take their first lead. Out of bounds off of DCG. Here's Andringa and DeVries. Tied at 31, 2:25 remaining here in the third. Feels like the temperature's starting to climb up here a little bit. Pella Christian putting some big pressure on.
Yeah, they've really made DCG uncomfortable in this quarter. Just two-point baskets that were floaters in the lane.
And I think Pella Christian would be happy with that production. Mulder for the lead. Hook shot, no. There's Bailiff.
Like I said, that's usually a pretty good shot for Eric, but that tonight so far he's been short on all of them.
That one was way short, and he missed the rim. Tied at 31. DCG can get back on top in this possession. Eagles defense trying to prevent it here. It appears to be more like a hybrid zone here, Win, the way they're sagging on defense.
Yeah, I think it is. And at this point, they're able to get out and get the shooters before they can get a good look.
BC fans appreciating the defensive effort. It's been phenomenal, really, since about halfway through the second quarter. Out to Bailiff, and they're okay with him getting the ball on the perimeter, off the bench. And here's a three on the way, and it's in. There's Runyon. Can't leave him unguarded.
Yeah, that one's really deep, but nobody put a hand in his face at all.
The answer for Heisman, no good. Eagles rushing the shot here. DCG can very quickly put themselves back up by 2 possessions. That was Hamill in the lane, and there's another block shot for Mulder, and he'll come up with the rebound. 2 blocks in the quarter here, and looking up ahead, knocked out of bounds by DCG. Here's Bennett Sprunk.
Now it seems like Pella Christian is trying to be the more aggressive running team as they're really hustling up the floor. Didn't get the layup to go as DCG was able to get back and knock it away.
Coach Bohr is not afraid of that. That's what he wants to do.
Yeah.
It's just
early in the season, I think they had trouble understanding when to throw it and when not to. But so far this game, they've done a better job of that.
Inbounds is into Danny Andringa, who's in for Schurz. DeVries on the floor. Back over to Andringa on the left wing. Bennett Sprunk between the circles. A minute left here in the third quarter that has flown by. Down low, and not sure where that pass is going other than 5 DCG defenders guarding Eric Mulder.
Yeah, well, there was 3 of them when he threw it, and the 5 of them were there by the time the ball got there.
Well, he knew exactly where it was going to go. DCG up by 3. Pella Christian trying to avoid losing their progress here. Another 3 misses. Mulder into double figures on the rebound board with 35 seconds remaining. Kicks it out to Stoltz for 3! Yes! Aiden Stoltz ties it up again, 34 all.
Aiden's first basket of the game couldn't have come at a better time.
That was, again, that inside-out move win, and in rhythm was Stoltz that time. DCG, I think, is going to be trying to hold.
Yeah, they got the arrow pointing their way, so they got 2 possessions here.
Well, and Coach Bohr not happy with the defensive set. It seems like the Eagles are out of sorts here and missed his call. Corner 3 on the way is in. Right before the horn for Blake Perrin. We've got ourselves a ball game, though. 37-34. Arrow favors DCG when we get ourselves to the fourth quarter inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Marion County Bank salutes the farmers and their families in Marion and surrounding counties. Hi, I'm Trey Sadoff, ag lender at Marion County Bank. We know that for today's farmers to be successful, it takes more than just hard work and dedication. It takes a commitment. At Marion County Bank, we're committed to our area farmer success too. As our area's leading ag bank, we invite you to visit with one of our ag loan officers at our Pella or Knoxville office for all your ag lending needs, concerns, and opportunities. We have the experience and expertise to help with your farming operation. Marion County Bank, serving you, building community. Member FDIC.
The wipers in the car go swish, 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 swish. The wipers in the car go swish, swish, swish. That's Central Tire and Auto.
Winter brings slushy, sleety, icy weather that's even more annoying if your wipers can't keep your windshield clean. For tires, front end work, their no appointment oil change, full mechanical work on your vehicle, and the important little things like new wipers, stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella.
Back inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Win the Eagles up until the last 5 seconds of that quarter had outscored DCG by a 15-7 margin. But unfortunately, Win, they give up that three-pointer just before.
Yeah,
now they need a stop to get this fourth quarter started, down 37-34.
Yeah, they did a nice job in that third quarter coming back to make this a game, and now they got to get a stop here. There's a backdoor.
Alley-oop and a dunk for Cole Glasgow behind the defense. And then a quick turnover, PC. Here's Glasgow again with his mitts on it. And that sequence changed in a hurry, and Glasgow nearly got the three-point play, but not the start to the quarter Pella Christian wanted there.
No, they got.
And DeVries got a little too careless with the ball on the other half of the floor.
Yeah, the defense went to sleep. It was still that matchup zone type thing, and they totally got drawn out too far away from the basket and let him have that backdoor for the dunk, then throw the ball away.
Only good news there is Glasgow misses the front end.
Yeah, that's unusual. He's a good shooter.
But not before he went to Dunk City. Impressively, 66% from the free throw line, and Glasgow has been drawing the attention win of the team's best defenders all season long. 9 points for him. He's the top returning star. Here's DeVries around the bend to Heisman. Heisman has it left wing, 3 on the way, no. Rebound controlled by DCG. Eagles not, I think, getting what they want here offensively. Counted and one for Trevor Hamill.
Getting hustled down the floor, and just all of a sudden the momentum has switched back to DCG.
Well, and on the last possession there, when there was no inside touch, it was everything on the perimeter. And it feels like if they're going to have success, they've got to get something into Nico and to Eric, even if they don't shoot the ball.
Well, they started out the first play of the second half by getting that ball inside on an easy dunk, and it just sets up what they can do. Now it's a bad pass by Tyson.
Yeah, another turnover, Eagles, and this run continues. Pella Christian coming apart at the seams here. DeVries needs to get off he is off the floor. That was Levi's bad pass.
Oh, okay.
So I was about to say they need to take him off. It was Tyson, but it was Levi who also committed the Cardinal sin there.
Just got to make better decisions with the basketball there. Can't make that long pass. They're going to pick it off.
In case you missed it, presented by the Veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. It was 1 point, 34-34 just before the end of the fourth quarter. But the fortunes against DCG can change in a hurry. And it's an 11-0 run for the Mustangs.
Yeah, in a minute, basically.
Pella Christian needing to get things going here. Uncorked for Heisman. Left side, here's Skelhaas. Out to DeVries. Tyson down low, and there's Mulder for 2. Counted in 1.
Nice
Eagles
job of attacking there.
Double-double for Mulder.
And Eric's ready to catch and shoot.
Well, the only positive win is that there's still a lot of time left.
Yeah,
that transition happened in the blink of an eye.
Yeah. So, but Pella Christian scored 10 points in a row here to start this second half.
Mulder misses badly, pairing the rebound. And now DCG, though, is not going to be in any hurry to give extra possessions, I think, to PC. So they're really, I think, going to, as Coach Rankin has done before, he could take the air out of the ball here. Said they'll try for a 3, no good. And PC happy with that.
Yeah, I would be too.
5 rebounds for Schurz.
That's the first defensive win, though.
Yeah. In the corner, Stoltz. Can he do it again? No. And the board controlled by Glasgow. He wants to push the pace. Good job by the Eagles defense, at least preventing the transition bucket. And now in the half court, 3 is on the way, and that one's a killer. Parents hit 2 huge 3s in the second half. Coming in, a 33% three-point shooter, just 3 points per game on the season, and that'll force the Vision for last time out. 48-36, 6:26 remaining here in the fourth. Well, that three-point play opportunity was our drive to the basket, grown by champion seed dealer Jay Boat, an independently owned and regionally focused seed company striving to build and maintain the broadest portfolio of genetics and traits. Champion seed, they only champion the best, but when in the blink of an eye, this went from a game to the Eagles perilously hanging on here, trying to get something going.
Well, still plenty of time, but they've got to get back defensively and do a better job, and they've got to finish the plays on the offensive end. They've had a couple times when they've thrown the ball away or didn't get the kind of look they needed. Need some sort of basket here. Can't afford to be down 12 and let them have the ball.
And the Eagles, Stoltz not looking for it on the inbound, and DCG will make him pay. And that was, not sure who you point the finger at, whether that's Heisman or Stoltz, but that was not good for either of them. Down low to Mulder, now a 14-point game. And the train is off the tracks here for PC. Not a great effort, but a foul bailing out Skelhaas. after he shot it. He's at the line for 2.
Well, he's driving the basket, at least making him go after him, and if he can dump it, he's ready to dump it. That time he had to put it up on the glass, just hit the iron.
First is in for Skelhaas, 90% free throw shooter. The guy who PC wants on the line at the end of the game, more than likely. He'll make both. DeVries in. And you want to credit some DCG here, right, where I think they've picked up the defensive intensity again, but after PC had played so well in the second and third quarters, the kinds of mistakes that they're making are not really at DCG's doing, when are they? It's
no.
PC not executing.
PC, again, they're just getting a little out of control. They're just trying to go too fast maybe at this point where they had things going their way. Now DCG's going to be very patient and take time off the clock.
Out to Runyon. Eagles have to extend their defense here. They have to take a few risks. Runyon. Skelhaas hit the deck, but nothing doing. Hamill the ball. Hand off to Runyon. 5:27 remaining. A long possession here for DCG. Kick it out in the corner to Perrin, who's got a couple of huge threes in this run here for the Mustangs. And
they're not going to shoot. They're going to have layups only, and Pella Christian's going to have to get out there somehow, try to steal the ball.
And a ball knocked out. I'll say off of Pella Christian.
I didn't see it. Their backs were all to me. I didn't.
The officials there, I guess. So
I didn't see if anybody flicked. Must have been Tyson. Must have knocked it away from him.
Left side, here's Glasgow, and he'll get the layup.
That's what they were after. They were in layup only mode, and Pella Christian got two.
Yikes. Another turnover.
Yeah, Levi lost the handle of that one completely.
DCG has not turned the ball over here in the second half to 5 Eagles miscues. 4:41 remaining in what was a tie game, 34-34. It feels like just moments ago has turned into a lopsided affair here for the Mustangs. And when they're a couple of shots away from ending it.
Yeah, 3.5 minutes here, and they've just totally ran a lot of points in, and even in a delay of game type, they're able to get baskets.
Well, and this is what the shot clock was added for. And I don't necessarily blame DCG for doing what they're doing, but
well, like I said, they at this point they got to force Pella Christian to come and get them and get out of that zone and come man to man, and maybe they can take advantage and get some layups.
Both in for Glasgow. He has 13. For 3 quarters, the Eagles hung with the best in the Little Hawkeye and best in 3A. But they have made an absolute mess here of this fourth quarter. 6 turnovers and a vision for less timeout. 54-38, and you can see the frustration clearly on the face of Coach Bohr.
Yeah, and even the players. I mean, I think they felt like they had things going when they were able to tie that game up. And just from that point on, once DCG came down and hit that 3 to end that quarter, they have not been the same team.
Let's run down your Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard. Got a good one in Norwalk. Newton tied at 29. At the half, it's Centerville, 30-29. Indianola 44-25 at the half in boys action. Panorama 44, Pleasantville 35 in boys action. Pella 23, Oski 12 at last check at the half. All of those games on our series and networks. Go to KNIAKRLS.com. You're listening to the Pella Christian High School YouTube channel and watching online, presented by Kinetic Edge. If you're enjoying our broadcast, donate at PCEagles.org. You can also click on the logo in the bottom right portion of your screen to contribute and keep the stream free. 54-38.
Still plenty of time, but Pella Christian needs to get some steals and some stops. We're here now with a full court trap pressing, zone press.
Well, and if there's one area where DCG, feels like they may have dropped off from last year, they got a good bunch. It's no longer having Luke Rankin at point guard. But they seem to be managing just fine here in the second half. No turnovers. Probably should have been a foul called on Boulder. Wasn't.
Well, he almost got that steal, too, and if he would have, that would have been a dunk the other way.
Under 4 to play. And a vision for less timeout. And this is a signature of the Coach Rankin teams. It's when DCG has lost in this conference win over the years, and when they've lost their state tournament games, they fall behind. But when they can take a lead, they suffocate it.
Yeah. They handle the ball well. They do, like I said, no turnovers in the second half. And if you can play catch with your teammates and not give the ball away, it makes the game a whole lot easier.
Andrew Schneider and Win Veenstra, a vision for less timeout. On KRLS, 54-38. For 3 quarters, felt like Pella Christian was maybe ready for a primetime win and ready to ascend to the top of the conference. And there's still a lot of season left, so I'm not saying that that's still not possible, but this fourth quarter has shown they're not quite ready for the spotlight.
Yeah, they haven't figured out. They used a lot of energy to get that score tied, had momentum kind of going their way, but then just let one shot take them out of it at that point, and they just have not been able to get their win back in their sails since.
Pass down low to Hamill, to Glasgow, out to Houston. And here's that double team and a foul called on Mulder. Eagles still have 2 to give before foul shots come with 3:37 remaining.
But down by 16. That's a lot of shots they got to make up. So fouls at this point probably aren't going to help you much.
Here's Hamill. Hamill over to Houston. Shot fake, and then Schur's got the block, but then touched the ball on the baseline. Stays DCG ball.
Yeah, he swatted him from behind, but that generally is not going to help you much because he knocked it right back down to them.
Third foul on Mulder. In the corner, Houston. If it's a closer game, maybe triggers that 3 instead. Playing keep away. Glasgow for 2. He's got the green light.
Well,
he's got 15.
It was a 4-footer. I mean, that's not a layup, but it's just as good.
Step back for Skelhaas. Thought about a shot, instead out to Mulder. Just no flow to this Eagles offense. It scored just 1 point in the quarter. Make it 4, but regardless, wins. There's no flow.
Let's say, what did I miss?
Feels like it's just been 1.
Well, like I said, there's been no rhythm, and I think they've went, probably 3 minutes or maybe 3.5 minutes here without scoring.
56-38, DCG leads. Here's Schurz. Eagles playing like they're only down by 3. Just taking their time and no confidence. Glasgow, the rebound, then he's fouled. Foul on Schurz. And again, the second and third quarter, and the final score may not tell the tale of this game win, but that's a little concerning here for the Eagles, the way that they've played here in this fourth quarter.
Wow, like I said, from the point on, and really the first minute or 2 of that fourth quarter. I mean, if they keep it close, keep it within a basket or 2 at that point, I think the energy level goes up big time here on this end as well, and it forces DCG into play an offense. At this point, they're just playing keep away.
It's the old adage, though, too, and we've talked about it a ton. When you're coming back and you're an underdog, you've got to take the lead. And I think when there was twice where the Eagles had a tie in the ball and could not take the lead and get the full momentum of the game back with them, and that three-pointer, that's going to be our key play of the game presented by Hormel Foods, the one that was by Perrin right before the buzzer, changed the complexion, right? It felt like everything that Pella Christian had tried to do to that point for some reason came undone, and then it really did in that fourth quarter.
Well, and that was, a situation where, they scored the 3 to end the quarter and then put them up by 3, but they get the ball to start the fourth quarter, and they make that basket as well, so they're up 5 just that quick.
And then from there, the Eagles guards completely lost the handle on the ball. Skelhaas for 2, no. Glasgow is 7th rebound, 58-38. DCG, by the way, has still not turned the ball over here in this quarter, or this half. And that is what has made the road even more perilous, even though the Eagles had that big run when they did so without the benefit of a turnover, which I guess is good news, but then now that they haven't turned the ball over at all, when it's been a fourth quarter that has gone 13-4. Excuse me, 23-4. My math, and I'm still on winter break too. Andringa, count it.
Well, Danny makes a basket there, and he had such a great minute and a half or 2 minutes in that first quarter, but nothing since, and now he contributes there with a nice drive to the basket.
Well, we've sent Jerry Nickel to the parking lot early here.
Yeah, he's seen enough. He's headed home.
Line changes in. Lincoln Vandermolen and Jack Fancher. I'm not sure what the student section's objecting to. Miss for Andringa. And a rebound to Glasgow. $60-40. All Mustangs here with a minute 20 remaining. And what was going to be a marquee game and felt like it after the third. Here's a Vision for Less sub timeout. We're going to get Benny Schurz in. And we're going to get the line change here for DCG. The road ahead is presented by PellaMotors.com, and the only good news here for the Eagles is there's a stretch of winnable games on the way. It'll be a tough at Newton situation here. Not sure what this is about.
I don't know either. The students come to these basketball games with a whole different idea that
they're in another world right now.
Yeah, the game is about the students, not the basketball players. I just don't understand all of the high schools in the state of Iowa anymore.
Anyway, Newton on the docket Friday. There's a two-pointer for number 10, Mitchell Brighty. Knoxville on Monday, Oskaloosa Tuesday. There's opportunity win to come back from this, but this has got to be wholly disappointing to go 3 quarters toe for toe with number 1 in 3A, only to really self-inflicted wounds to have it turn into a laugher where you've got the backup sit. Here's Franzman. Kicks it out. 3 on the way, no. 62-40. Is that Breams?
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining, 62-40. And it looks like that'll be our final score. A 25-point fourth quarter as Pella Christian is run off of their own floor. 62-40 our final score. Well, Cadden is at a Pella Radio postgame show after this.
What are you craving right now? If you're in the Pella area, chances are that you can have it delivered right to you right now from our friends at Delivery.com. With more than a dozen local restaurant partners, you can get everything from a pastry and coffee to pizza, tacos, pasta, sandwiches, wings, burgers, steak, sushi, and more. Don't forget the cupcakes or ice cream for dessert. It's all available at Delivery.com, and they'll bring it right to you at your home or office or wherever you are in the Pella area. Check them out today, Delivery.com.
Sporting goods companies are facing challenging times with many suppliers carrying little product and offering slow delivery. At BSN Sports, we stand ready to change the fundamentals of our industry. We carry all the top brands that you demand with uniforms, practice and travel gear, and field and facility equipment. We stock our own inventory and decorate in-house, leading to faster delivery. I'm Phil Hemming with BSN Sports, and I'd love the chance to work with your school or team. Give me a call at 620-8337, and let's get started today.
When the moment arises and it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. This is Randy Jarzombek, owner of Randall Roofing, and we are the dependable and reliable leader for your home or business shingle roofing needs in Pella and the surrounding areas. Randall Roofing is proud to sponsor the Raise the Roof moment of the game and support our local teams. When it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. Find us on Facebook or visit randallroofs.com. Thinking new roof? Think Randall Roofing.
Online ordering is now available at Culver's in Pella. Simply go to culvers.com, select curbside or carryout, and let us know if you'd like us to start making your order fresh right now or schedule the time that you want it ready. Our entire menu is available, including Marion County's best burger, chicken sandwiches and tenders, seafood dinners, fresh salads and hearty soups, kids' meals, snack-worthy sides, and our famous frozen custard. Just go to culvers.com and place your online order for your next meal at Culver's in Pella, where we're locally owned and involved in your community.
At Knoxville Hospital and Clinics, we are your neighbors, your healthcare providers, and your community partner. Hi, I am Jerry Brown, and I'm proud to work at the Knoxville Hospital and Clinics. As the greeter, I enjoy making sure each person is welcome to our facility and put at ease knowing that we will help them get to where they need to go. For all your health care needs, choose Knoxville Hospital and Clinics.
Marion County Bank salutes the farmers and their families in Marion and surrounding counties. Hi, I'm Trey Sadoff, ag lender at Marion County Bank. We know that for today's farmers to be successful, it takes more than just hard work and dedication. It takes a commitment. At Marion County Bank, we're committed to our area farmer success too. As our area's leading ag bank, we invite you to visit with one of our ag loan officers at our Pella or Knoxville office for all your ag lending needs, concerns, and opportunities. We have the experience and expertise to help with your farming operation. Marion County Bank, serving you, building community. Member FDIC.
At Vision for Less, it's just the right price. 2 pairs of glasses start under $40 and 2 pairs of progressives start under $80. Using insurance? We accept over 1,000 plans, and using your benefits is as easy as 1, 2, 3. No insurance? No problem. We've got glasses to fit your budget. It's just the right price. Only at Vision for Less. Right glasses, right price, right now.
Over the past few months, Pella Real Estate Services has been sharing real stories of real people saving real money by selling their home using the Prez Listing Advantage.
They saved $3,600.
They saved $1,470.
These sellers saved $3,120.
Why pay a 6% commission when you can save thousands of dollars, just like many others have, using the Prez Listing Advantage? Call 628-1BUY to list your home with Pella Real Estate Services.
Did you know that Pella has its very own decorated apparel company? Windmill Print and Stitch offers on-site professional graphic design, friendly trained sales and customer service staff, and production staff that is highly skilled and trained to give you the best looking apparel in the industry. Whether you're looking for custom-made t-shirts for your family reunion or new polos or hats for your business, no job is too big or too small. Windmill Print and Stitch is a proud partner of BSN Sports, printing many of your local uniforms and fan gear right here in Pella.
Van Manen, Seedstra, Meyer, and Nickel may be a long name, but they serve businesses and individuals with both short and long names. When you let the professional CPAs at Van Manen, Seedstra, Meyer, and Nickel both save you time and give you peace of mind, you'll have more time to do the things that are important to you, like grow your business, spend time with your family, or volunteer in the community. You'll even have enough time on your hands to say their full name.
Save time and gain peace of mind with Van Manen, Seedstra, Meyer, and Nickel.
This is Kim at the Fairfield Inn & Suites in Oskaloosa, inviting you to come stay with us. We're a brand new facility that boasts state-of-the-art amenities coupled with the local charm of Oskaloosa. Our pool and fitness center is open to our guests, and free breakfast will start your day off right. Call and book with us today, or use our Marriott Bonvoy app. We look forward to seeing you.
Check out some of our hottest deals of the week, available right now at the Hy-Vee stores in Pella and Knoxville. Select varieties of Nabisco Ritz or snack crackers are just $1.99 a box. Select varieties of brew pub, lots of matzo pizza are only $4.99 each. And avocados, only 77 cents a piece. Take advantage of these and other hot deals now through Tuesday, January 4th, only at your Pella and Knoxville Hy-Vees.
This is the Cadman Zanapella Radio postgame show where they expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations. Call Mike Blom, the cabinet guy at Cadman Zanapella. Tough loss for the Eagles after a close one after 3, 62-40 to number 1 in Class 3A Dallas Center Grimes. Andrew Schneider here with J.D. Bohr, head coach of the Eagles, following a very disappointing fourth quarter, coach, where after 3 quarters, the gym was electric. It was within 3. It was tied, actually, 34-34 under a minute to play. DCG got a 3-pointer right before the third quarter, coach, and from there, an 11-0 run and then a 25-point fourth for the number 1 team in 3A. Coach, your thoughts about how things kind of came apart there and DCG was able to capitalize so quickly?
Yeah, I mean, give those guys some credit. There's a reason they're the number 1 team. They did some really nice things tonight. Dallas Center Grimes is just a more composed team. You know, when it got down to some tight situations there, we didn't make the plays that we needed to make. And to be honest with you, just really disappointed in the way that we finished that game. Obviously, everybody would be disappointed in that, but yeah, you know, it's it's part of the growth process that we're going through. And, man, we got to learn to finish better than that, and I believe we will. But that's certainly a tough one here tonight.
Well, if the tape could stop only after 3 quarters, it felt like, Coach, you gave an impressive defensive effort, a team that likes to and can push the pace. You kept them to 27 points in the first half. Really, a lot of those, too, having to come from the three-point line for them.
Yeah.
And then the third quarter, one of the best you've played all season in terms of containing a team until the very end there. So, again, I know that the fourth quarter is nothing to write home about, but for 3 quarters, your guys were in it, and it felt like they belonged there for those 3 quarters, Coach, for my eyes at least.
Yeah, we do, Andrew. We do belong there. And, it's disappointing that in the fourth quarter we gave them the ball. We're playing good defense, and then we just give them the ball and give them easy baskets. And obviously that's going to change the game. A couple and ones for them, a couple just uncharacteristic sloppy turnovers for us. And it just happened in a hurry, and all of a sudden they had control of the game. And obviously from then on, that's what a good experienced team like Dallas Center Grimes can do, the way that they, kind of took us out of our defense a little bit and found some easy baskets there to really extend that lead even further.
Well, and how critical is it, Coach, when a team doesn't turn the ball over in a half to have to be able to take care of the basketball on your side? And I talked to Win at the half. If you were able to maybe keep things even on the turnover margin, you certainly out-rebounded them, especially in the first half. But how difficult is that when a team doesn't make mistakes? And what are the ways then defensively, Coach, you have to try and force that issue, knowing that you're going to be in a situation like this again sometime in the near future?
Yeah, those are tough spots to be in because, they pulled it out pretty early with about 5.5 minutes to go. And, you don't want to start freaking out at those points, and then put your team in a bad spot. But you obviously got to find ways to get out there and be aggressive. And it's not necessarily a strength of our team. It's something we got to work on a little bit. But that's why Dallas Center Grimes is really good, is they got a lot of guys that can handle the ball. They spread you out, and they didn't make any mistakes in those spots. I actually thought a few times we had our chances, and, they just played with great composure, made the right passes, and then obviously picked their spots to get a few baskets there too.
Well, if there's any solids, it's one game in what you hope is 25 or 26 game season, and a lot left to play, but I imagine you'd like a better start after the break. Your thoughts about what needs to happen this week now, trying to remove yourself from that fourth quarter, knowing that there were a lot of hanging heads and a lot of, I'm sure, disappointed guys in the locker room.
Yeah, I mean, I think we got to stick together. We got to make sure that we're doing the right things and continue to just be us. We're fine. We really are. We're fine. We just got to be a little bit smarter coming in those spots. And truthfully, we haven't been in many of those spots in this season, as we kind of had a few games that we ended up pulling away and haven't had very many tight games. And we just got to work on our composure in those situations, making easy plays, not trying to make a home run all the time, and just continue to do the things that we do well.
Feels like you got a pretty critical stretch here, Coach, for a lot of reasons when you think about postseason positioning and so on, and an opportunity to bounce back against a Newton team that is giving Norwalk a run for their money tonight. Nothing comes easy in this conference, and you're on the road at a place that's been difficult over the years for PC to play at.
Yeah, Newton's got a good team this year too. They got us down there last year, and a lot of those guys are back. And yeah, I mean, they're just tough opponents all the way around this league, and you just gotta move on from it. We're disappointed in the way that this game ended today. Certainly I am, and just gotta make sure that tomorrow, it's a new day. Let's get better. Let's find ways to improve and make sure that we're ready to go on Friday night.
Pella Christian head coach J.D. Bohr following a tough one here against number 1 in 3A DCG, 62-40. Coach, appreciate your time. Trevor, we'll see you Friday.
Yeah, thank you, Andrew.
We'll wrap it up here on our Cabinet Santa Pella Radio postgame show after this.
We know you have choices when it comes to wireless plans for your home or business. At Strawber Cellular, we strive to be that local expert to provide all the service and expertise you need to make U.S. Cellular your choice for wireless service. Our knowledgeable staff can provide you with everything from smartphones and tablets to home internet and security options. Choose Strawber Cellular, your locally owned authorized agent for U.S. Cellular in downtown Pella.
Remodeling can be a headache, especially when you're trying to work around your contractor's schedule. You don't have to worry about that with Mike Blom with Cabinet Design of Pella and Wood Harbor Cabinetry. Just ask Deb Shaw of Pella.
Mike was always very accommodating to our schedule. Anytime that we set up a time to meet, he always wanted to make sure it worked for us. Most of our meetings were in the evening, and it never bothered him to come out and be out here.
Hi, I'm Mike Blom, the Cabinet Guy. Cabinet Design of Pella, where we expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations.
Hormel Foods in Knoxville is hiring. They have openings on first, second, and third shift for positions including quality control, operations, and maintenance starting at $17.85 an hour. All 9 positions will receive the shift differential. Quality control and operations will receive a 50-cent an hour increase at 3 months and an additional 50-cent an hour increase at 6 months. Employees will be offered weekly pay up to $1,000, a free 2-year college tuition, compressive benefits, paid vacation, and a 401k. Apply today at HormelJobsKnoxville.com.
You gave your kids a new puppy or kitten for Christmas. Let's make sure we take care of him. This is Dr. Tim Yoder with Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella, and we have a new puppy and kitten program that provides the attention they need. It involves physical exams, vaccinations, diets, and most importantly, information for you so that you can provide the best care for your new family member. Schedule your new puppy or kitten visit by calling Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella.
They're the veterinarians.
Yes, we are. We're the veterinarians.
They take care of pets because they love them.
Pella Engraving and Sign Company has a reputation of quality and excellence for providing indoor and outdoor signs in a variety of materials, including metal, plastic, and acrylic. We also produce banners for businesses and events, as well as car wraps to stand out and bring your promotional needs to life. We will work with any budget by offering a variety of price points and material options to bring you the best value. And Pella Engraving and Sign prides ourselves on meeting exacting standards and quick turnaround times. Learn more at PellaEngraving.com.
At Pella Fiber, you're more than just a number. You're a neighbor, a friend, a family member. You are what makes Pella a great place to live, work, and play. And Pella Fiber is dedicated to bringing you the connections you need to live life to its fullest. So while big telecommunications companies see you as just another number on a profit statement, you'll always be much more to us. Pella Fiber, neighbors, not numbers. Join us at PellaFiber.com and connect to what really matters.
The new year often brings colder temperatures to Iowa, which means snow and ice. Even though we work hard to keep the lights on, sometimes Mother Nature has another plan in store. If your power goes out, give us a call to let us know, and then hang tight while we fix power lines. If there is a large storm, follow us on Facebook for power restoration updates. And remember to stay away from any down power lines outside. Assume it's live and not safe. Looking out for you, we're Pella Cooperative Electric.
You're listening to Pella Christian Basketball, powered by Bank Iowa on FM 92.1 KRLS and KRLS HD1 Knoxville Pella. Let's run down our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. A lot of Stravers Cellular Instant Radio updates. Newton will knock off Norwalk 46-39. So the middle of the conference seems like it's plugged up with a lot of quality teams. Indianola 88, Grinnell 58. That's a final. Pella, after a big first quarter, never able to really pull away, but they'll win 64-47. Bit of a sluggish start there for the Dutch out of the break. 4 minutes left in the fourth. Panorama 66, Pleasantville 61. One of the 2 games not final yet. Centerville 52, Knoxville 50. Our final stats are presented by the Verduff Agency. Cole Glasgow finishes with 17 points, 8 rebounds for DCG. 12 each for Bo Houston and Jacob Runyon. So their big 3 able to get things going, especially in the fourth quarter. Mulder does get the double-double. 10 points, 10 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 blocks for Mulder. 7 points each for Skelhaus and Andriga. 6 points and 6 rebounds for Nico Schurz. Your final stats are presented by the Verduff Agency in Pella. And whether it's stats with your insurance plan, they can customize it and more. That's Chad Lance and Larry, the Verduff Agency, providing complete courteous service to the Pella area for nearly 100 years. Our Hormel Foods radio key play and player of the game. I thought the sequence right at the end of the third quarter, the three-pointer made by DCG just before the buzzer, and then the dunk to open the fourth quarter by Cole Glasgow completely changed what was a 34-34 game and turned it into a laugher where we got deep in the benches late in the fourth quarter. Your Hormel Foods radio key play and player of the game. Looking for a key to your new career, visit HormelJob.com. Andrew Schneider wrapping things up here from Eagle Lane, where the final scores tonight, all DCG 56-13 in the girls game, and then 62-40 in the boys game. The road takes us to Newton. We told you earlier about the road ahead presented by PellaMotors.com. At Newton on Friday, Trevor Castle and Mike Buchheit will have the call for you on the KRLS2 stream at KNIA-KRLS.com. I'll get to see these two DCG teams again on Friday in what could be a couple of good ones with the Dutch. All 4 teams ranked heading into Grimes coming up on Friday. Should be an excellent night of basketball on our airwaves between both games on the Tulip City side of things. That's the road ahead presented by PellaMotors.com, where you'll drive away happy. That's the Pella Motors guarantee. This will wrap up our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show. At Cabinet Design of Pella, they expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations. Call Mike Blom, the cabinet guy at Cabinet Design of Pella. For our entire KNIA KRLS broadcast team, the crew with Kenyon and Frank working hard on the stream, thank you for joining us for Eagles basketball on the one to count on for today's local sports and the home of the Eagles. 92.1 KRLS. Happy New Year to you, and we'll see you Friday night for another fun night of Little Hawkeye Conference basketball.
Thanks for tuning into this exclusive presentation of